Hey, Norcal Karters. It's Monday, January 30th, 2023. So tonight is the upcoming Kart event. Upcoming Kart events. And that's tonight's show. So I have some really cool graphics I'm really excited about. And so give me about 5-10 minutes. I'll get through the events. We'll open up the chat lines. And if you're a race promoter, if you're a local track, if you want to actually join the show, send me a text or an email. If I get it in time, I will send you the private link and you can join the studio. But so what we're doing this year is we only have 20 spots available for NorCal Mondays. That's where we do the guests. That's where Ashley and I come on. There's only 20 days available because we're working on other projects. Every other week, I'm going to be doing these upcoming events, getting away from the podcasting platform and more of the live stream. So that's what we're doing. So, yeah, welcome to the show, January 30th, 2023. So let's get to it. Thank you for joining. If you like what we're doing, hit like and share. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, and those are where the live streaming is going. And you know what? Some of you are used to this graphic. YouTube, our goal, 1,000 subscribers. So that's our goal. Currently, we're sitting at 646. That's where we're sitting right now. So our goal is 1,000. And when we hit 1,000 followers or subscribers on YouTube, I will give away a race entry. So the race entry, it's gonna. I don't care what club, what organization, whatever. As long as you're a karter, you'll be eligible for the race entry. I don't really know how I'm giving it away yet, but it will be a special live stream for the race entry. But as I've mentioned on some of the other shows, if you're part of the Prairie City Karting, Rock Sonoma, Challenge of Americas, NCK, where did my notes go? I had a whole list. I'll get into it. But so if you're a part of them, the Track Magic Owners Group, Team Visalia, there's a couple of others, and now Blue Max, because Blue Max is signing up for 2023. They want more promotion for their racers of their events on Norcal Karters. If you're part of any of the ones I just mentioned, and I'll re-go over the list here in a minute, but if you're part of any of those organizations or groups, you will also get your tires and your fuel paid for. So again, once we hit 1,000 subscribers, we'll give it away to one lucky person. Not sure how we'll do it yet. Now, people have asked on other shows, well, why don't you do it for every single club, etc.? I'll do it. Let's find some sponsors. Let's get some support behind Norcal Karters. Let's do a giveaway every show. I don't care. So as long as the funds are coming in or the product sponsorship is coming in, we can do giveaways every single show, and I would love to do that because the whole purpose of this platform is to grow karting, and that's what we're here to do. So, yeah, while we're talking about that, give me 1 second here. I think I covered most of them. You have to bear with me for 1 second. Oh, I know what I did. When you have too many screens and you have ADD, yeah, that's a problem. So yeah, that's kind of what happened. Too many distractions. A butterfly must have flown by. No, that wasn't it. All right. Well, we'll get to it. All right. We'll get back to the show. So again, this is upcoming events, Norcal Karters. And again, if you like what we're doing, click like, subscribe, hit share, tell your friends. And but here we are. So we already talked about YouTube, right? YouTube, 1,000 subscribers. Hit like and subscribe. We're at 646. We need to get to 1,000. So events that are coming up. The big one this weekend. Again, I got some cool graphics. Challenge is the cool one this weekend. So if you go to Norcal Karters, I'm trying a little different feature here. Norcal Karters, we are adding more and more events every single day. So we have obviously tonight's podcast right there. And then we have Challenge of the Americas. So that's happening this weekend, February 3rd through the 5th. And if you missed the show last week, we had Andy Seisman on. I'm sorry, not Seisman. Seisman. We had Andy Seisman on from Challenge of Americas. And we did an open mic night. He wanted to join me, and we just, like we always do, him and I just ramble. But his event is this weekend in Tucson, Challenge of the Americas. So if you're wondering what I'm doing here, the site that I'm on, this is norcalkarters.com. You can click calendar at the top tabs. It'll bring you to this page. So you'll get all the information that you need. And since Challenge of Americas, they're a sponsor of Norcal Karters, you can see they have their information. They have a link directly to their website. And so, again, that's this weekend in Tucson. And I don't know where my brain was when I was talking to Andy last week. I thought we were like 3-4 weeks out. And even I was talking to him and a couple of other race teams, and they were saying, "Oh yeah, we need to hit the road this week. We need to go to Tucson." It's like, "Oh yeah, okay, yeah." And then I'm looking at the calendars and looking at it. It's like, "Oh yeah, that's this week." So again, Challenge of the Americas this weekend, Tucson, and a lot of us are going to be paying attention to the OKN class that they've added this year. So the OKN has been added to the Challenge of America's schedule. But for all the information, you go to Norcal Karters. Let me walk you through this real quick. If you're on the homepage, Norcal Karters, click calendar. Boom. Then you drop down. February 3rd, Challenge of the Americas. Boom. There's Challenge of the Americas. A quick little, intro to Challenge of the Americas. And then you'll see it's at Musselman Honda Circuit. It's on the maps. It's on Google Maps. And then you can click on organizer's website. Boom. That'll take you right to Andy's page. So there you go. That's pretty much how it works. And sorry, I'm going back and forth, making sure everything is the same. So Challenge of the Americas is this weekend. So February 3rd to the 4th, Musselman Honda Circuit in Tucson. Very cool track. Gear Nuts. Is the challenge in Tucson going to be on YouTube like the Sonoma races? Not right now, but Andy did drop it on the last show. He is in the works. He's trying to figure out the pricing and everything to live stream Challenge of the Americas from Sonoma. But let's see here. But that's all the information I have. Again, we talked about it last week on the show when Andy was on. But they will be doing live broadcasting. They have a partnership with eKarting News, and they do the radio broadcast. So it's not video, but they do the radio live play-by-play, and you can find that on the Challenge of America site or eKarting News. But as far as I know, they're not doing the live stream, at least not with Norcal Karters for Tucson. So great question. And thanks for tuning in. You always tune in. I love your support, man. Thanks, Dan. Let's see here. So, Challenge of Americas, that's this weekend. Also coming up, again, I got some cool graphics. I got some really cool graphics right now. If Ashley's watching this, she's just like, oh my God, what is this guy doing? But it's my computer, my camera. Boom. Swap meet. Karting swap meet. Boom. There you go. Blue Max Kart Club. February 11th is the swap meet at Blue Max Kart Club. So February 11th is the swap meet at the Blue Max Kart Club, and it is a rain or shine event. So I'm sorry, it is not a rain or shine event. It needs to be shining for us to have the event. They had to postpone their last one because of the rain, and the track was pretty much flooded out. So you weren't going on the track anyway. But yeah, swap meet. So again, Norcal Karters. Go to the calendar, click on calendar, go to the events. February 11th, the swap meet. And what I set up earlier today, I I am not the promoter of the swap meet, so I don't want to make any confusion out there. I'm helping them promote it, but they are hosting the swap meet. It's at their track. But I did create an event page. So if you go to norcalkarters.com, click on the calendar, there you go. It's on the map right there. Blue Max Kart Club's right there. But we also have an event page that I created on Facebook. So you can go to Facebook on the event page for the kart swap meet right here. And again, you can find all of this by going to Norcal Karters. In the discussion, you can start adding if you're looking for something or if you're buying something. You can go in there and start posting. The whole idea about the swap meets, yes, we all want to sell that crap that's in our garage. I mean, inventory or investments, right? We want to sell all of that and get rid of it. But for the tracks and the promoters, swap meets are great ways to basically have a networking event and highlight your track or highlight your shop, etc. Because new people are getting into the sport when they go to swap meets. And that's who we're targeting, the new guy. So we want to move the stuff out of our garage. We want to put that cart that's in your garage that's been sitting for a couple of years. Let a new carter go try it out. Let them buy it. Let them put it on the track. So that is going to be February 11th. So February 11th will be the swap meet. I have to be careful with this whole screen share thing. I got to be real diligent on where I click. But yeah, that's the swap meet. So February 11th at the Blue Max Kart Club. That's there in Davis. So I have this event page set up. We can do a discussion. You can post what you're looking for. You can post what you're selling. I don't care. The whole idea is just get as many people to swap meets as possible. Like any event, we're just trying to promote events to get people at the track. And so that's taking place February 11th. And it looks like we already have some postings here. Let's see. Jonathan Andreezy looks like he's selling a Burrell Leclerc edition roller AM29. So there you go. That's how that's going to work out. Give me 1 second here. Go back to Norcal Karters. Go back to the calendar. So we talked about Challenge of the Americas. That's this weekend, February 3rd. If you've not yet registered for Challenge of the Americas and you are doing the OKN, Andy did waive the late fee registration for the OK packages. But it is not too late to register. You'll just have to do it at the track for all other classes. And yeah, that's going on this weekend. Next weekend is Pro Bowl. Let's see, swap meet. So actually this weekend is a Pro Bowl. Next weekend is Super Bowl and the kart swap meet. And then we also have, oh, my little graphics are out of order. Give me 1 second here. Blue Max Kart Club. If I remember correctly, February 18th. They should be having their year-end banquet for the 2022 season. So check with Blue Max Kart Club. The banquet is on the 18th of February. So that's the week after the swap meet. As you can see, I don't quite have that on the calendar yet because I don't have the details on that swap meet. I'm sorry, the banquet. But February 18th, Blue Max Kart Club banquet. There, that's what I was looking for. I don't know why I put it in that order. That really doesn't make sense to me. But All-Star Karting, Prairie City Karting. I don't know if it's appropriate, but I called the event a three-way because they're racing 3 tracks. And so I think on my calendar, I actually changed it a little. Oh, 2 days, 3 ways is what I called it on the calendar. So 2 days, 3 ways. Give me a moment here. We're going to get out of the calendar. You're going to see my face full screen. 2 days, 3 ways. I don't know what the official name of it is, but that's what I called it because it just sounded better. But Durbin, Donald Durbin, once again, mixing it up there at Prairie City Karting. So it's going to be 3 layouts on one weekend. So Saturday, 225, you can read just as well as I can speak. They're doing a Roval, so check that out. Then Sunday, they're doing the Reverse S's and the Modified Grand Prix. So contact Donald. Let him know you heard about this event on Norcal Karters. But yeah, That is going to be Saturday, February 25th. 3-track layouts in 2 days, February 25th and the 26th. And let's see, what classes are they doing? Kid Kart, Junior 1 Pilot, Junior 1 LO206, Junior 2 LO206, Senior 206, Master 206, and Legends 206. And let's see here. Dan, I'm ignoring that comment. We're not going to pay attention to that comment, Dan, because we're not going to talk about weather in 14 days. No, it's not going to rain. So that is not a guarantee either. But a lot of us need to move some product and put new karters in carts. So we don't need any rain. But thanks for chiming in. Let's see here. February. We did Blue Max, Swap Meet February 11th. And the banquet, February 18th. We did Prairie City. 3 layouts, 1 weekend, Saturday the 25th and Sunday the 26th. We did that. Let's see here. So that's going to bring us up to, let's see. Oh, very important. If I am missing your events on the calendar, reach out to me, norcalkarters@gmail.com. Send me a link. I do appreciate the tags when you do it in social media, but I get so many notifications from social media, not because I'm popular, just because I follow way too many websites, and I get a lot of notifications. So a lot of times they get buried pretty quickly. And so send me an email, norcalkarters@gmail.com. If I'm missing your event, if I'm not talking about your club, if I'm not talking about your series, reach out to me so we can get you on the calendar. This calendar is for all karters in Northern California. If your event affects a Northern California karter, we want it on here. So with that being said, let's see here. Frank Chavez Racing is chiming in. Sunday is race day, all 3 tracks. Let's see here, Frank. Race day, Sunday, all 3 tracks. Frank is 100% correct. Boom. There we go. Actually, I did that on purpose so someone would chime in and I can just like flash their name up here. And it's at Prairie City Karting. Coming up we got February. So again, if you're a local class, if you're a promoter, I'm missing your events, reach out to me, norcalkarters@gmail.com. Or most of you have my cell phone number. Call me. And we will get your events on our calendar. So if I'm missing it, it's not because I'm intentionally ignoring you. I just don't know about it or I didn't see it. So with that being said, let's jump to Rock Sonoma. Boom. So you'll notice if you go to norcalkarters.com, if you go right now, I'm in the middle of solidifying some extensions on some contracts. So I'm updating the events as we go. But March 18th and 19th, Rock Sonoma will kick off their 2023 season. And I'm excited about that. Know why? Because I have a job again once a month at Sonoma doing the announcing. We are doing the live stream on YouTube and Facebook for Rock Sonoma. So Rock Sonoma, we will be live streaming, and it will be on the Rock Sonoma channels. So take a moment, find them on YouTube or Facebook, like and subscribe. You'll be notified when we go live for the live streaming. It's been a lot of fun for the past couple of years. A number of participants have really enjoyed the added attention. We didn't have live streaming when I was racing. We had Go Racing Magazine from the Beer family, and I always remember waiting until that new edition would come out. First thing you do is you grab your magazines, you're flipping through it. Where am I? Like, you don't even read it. You're just looking for your picture. So I kind of relate to Rock Sonoma as kind of the Go Racing of the current generation. So it's you're waiting to see yourself on YouTube. Let's see here. So we were talking about Rock Sonoma, March 18th and 19th, live streaming. And we also have NCK Road Racers. We are working more with them this year, the NCK Road Racers. Their first event is April 1st and 2nd, Thunder Hill East. So, NCK Road Racing, April 1st and 2nd, Thunder Hill East. So look for a show to drop mid-February, beginning of March with the NCK guys about promoting their events. We're going to do a show. We're going to do a special show just for them before every one of their events. And then as we get further into the season, we'll use the show to promote their next event as also a recap show for their past events. So NCK, April 1st and the 2nd. And then last week, remember, I was looking for a graphic for the new NorCal Sprint Kart Series. I was looking for it on my computer, and I couldn't find it. Well, I printed it, and I'm a little slow. Printers need paper. So the printer needed paper, so it never printed. So I'm looking through all my files, like, where did it go? Well, I actually printed it. So they kick off the Sprint Kart Series at Prairie City, April 21st and 22nd. So, again, there's going to be a lot of updates hitting norcalkarters.com here over the next couple of weeks as we solidify contracts and we get more and more calendars coming in. But just for February, we have, obviously, tonight's show. We have Rock Challenge of the Americas in Tucson this weekend, February 3rd through the 5th. We have the SWAT meet at Blue Max. That is going to be February 11th. Am I screen sharing this? I am. And February 11th. Then we're going to have right here on the 18th. Again, I don't have the Blue Max banquets on the calendar yet. I need some information. So I'll reach out to them tomorrow. But February 18th is the Blue Max banquet. All-Star Karting, 2 days, 3 ways, is taking place on February 25th and the 26th. And then we'll have March. So we'll have another show before the March show. Let's see. We have some questions coming in. Eric Altman, let's see here. Will Rock Sonoma have their 2022 awards banquet before the 2023 season starts? That's actually a good question, and I was wondering about that earlier today. I don't have an answer for you right this moment. So I know the Camerons have been discussing how they want to reward their participants from 2022. Honestly, everything since COVID has been very weird. They wanted to do the full-on banquet last year for 2022 for the that would have been 2021 award winners, and the venue they had picked out, very nice venue. They called them at the last second and said, well, we might have to put a cap on how many people you can bring. So they ended up kind of shuffling everything around at the last second. But I will check in with the Camerons. So the next time I do this show, I will have an answer for you, Eric. So Rock Sonoma, will they have their 2022 awards banquet before the 2023 season starts? I will have an answer for you, and then we'll bring that on the next event show. And let's see here. Anyone else have any other questions or anything else? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That was an old SCUSA banquet at ProKart when Tom would do the winners. At the end of the day, he would give out prizes to everybody that was just there as far as eligible for the raffle. And he'd pull a name out of the hat. And if they weren't there at the awards presentation, they didn't get the award. So that's a quick little ADD memory. But, yeah. So real quickly, I'm going to do a sales pitch. I'm going to do a sales pitch for my daughter. My daughter, Lillian, is a Girl Scout. So she is a local Sacramento troop. We actually live down in Galt. You can even see it on her badge. She's Troop 914. And guess what she's selling? You have to look right there. There you go. She's selling Girl Scout cookies. So I'm always begging for money for Norcal Karters. But this time, if you need a fix for Girl Scout cookies, this is the Girl Scout to buy them from, in my opinion. Do you have anything to say?
No.
No, you sure?
Yeah.
Why not? Okay, well, what's your favorite Girl Scout cookie?
Oh boy. Thin Mints?
Thin Mints.
Or Caramel Delights?
Caramel Delights are good.
But I can't have them.
You can't have them. Why?
It's refrigerated.
Why?
My braces.
Got it. So you got to burn like 5 seconds of time here. Take up 5 seconds while I post your link. In the comment sections, we have the link to her Girl Scout cookie page. You're being really quiet tonight.
Yeah.
Why?
Because I'm tired.
She's tired. So on top of Girl Scout, she does swimming. I tried to turn my daughter into a racer. How did that go? Yeah. All right. And there goes my Girl Scout. So this is going to be a fast show tonight. This is awesome. So I'm building up extra credit because Andy and I went on for like 2 hours last week. So this week is going to be a lot shorter. So once again, these shows are going to be every other week. As we get more and more race calendars, they will all be uploaded to Norcal Karters. And see here. And I will become more efficient at navigating the sites, the graphics, the videos, as I become more comfortable with just how everything intertwines with the live stream software. But yeah, you can see events are being added constantly. We have the swap meet coming up. Again, you just click on the calendars. Everything will be there. Now you're going to see a difference in different listings. So, for example, we have Challenge of the Americas, their event this week. Andy is a sponsor of Norcal Karters. So we offer him additional verbiage, a description of the series or the classes, links to his website, phone numbers to his websites. And then we're just going to promote the sponsors a little bit more than the ones that don't promote the site, because we do have to keep the lights on here around Norcal Karters. But yeah, as you see, as more events come in and as we get calendars solidified, we will be adding them to Norcal Karters. So the goal is to have every single, sorry about that. The goal is to have every single kart club that relates to Norcal Karting on the website as an event. So even if they're not sponsors, their events will still be on the site. They're just going to be much more vague. It's basically just going to be the club and the date, and that's it. They'll be on the map. I am working on the track maps here at Norcal Karters. When I say track maps, I mean on Google Maps. So it's embedded into the site. All of those little teardrops on the map, those are all kart tracks. So as you can see, for Northern California, we have a lot of tracks. And somebody's going to call me out and they're going to say Atwater's not there anymore, or Marina's not there anymore. I know. I'm very well aware that they're not there. But I have a very hard time removing tracks from the list because it's just kind of sad when a track shutters down for whatever reason. So I am aware that I have Marina down in Monterey on there. And I am aware that I guess I already did get rid of Atwater, but unfortunately, Marina was the last one. So we still have a lot of tracks, but I do have a hard time pulling them down. But as you can see, so if you have somebody new in the sport and they're talking to you and it's like, oh, where are the kart tracks? send them Norcal Karters and tell them to click on tracks. Boom. And then they'll be able to see all the tracks we have in the area. And this includes the sprint tracks and the road race tracks. So it's pretty good. And it goes all the way out to goes up to Medford. It goes out to Reno. We've always had some great participation from the folks in Reno that come down to Sacramento to support our karting events. And the least we can do is put them on the calendar and send racers their way. Medford's always been hit or miss. I mean, it's a longer drive for a lot of people. Sometimes we do get some racers from Medford, and sometimes we do send racers that direction. But again, it's the local tracks that are affecting our Norcal Karters. So that's what we're looking for. Gear nuts. Is there a KPX calendar yet? So I've not spoken to the KPX people. But so I'm going to say unofficially, no, there's not going to be a KPX calendar out this year. In lieu of KPX, and this is only from my understanding, this is not confirmed, the NorCal Sprint Series is going to take the place of KPX for this year. So we talked about NorCal Sprint Series. Boom. And actually, let me bring that up. So NorCal Sprint Series, this will be in lieu of KPX for 2023. Now, I'm really excited about this one. This is why. So Donald Durbin, he's the gentleman that owns and runs Prairie City Karting out of Prairie City. He's done a fantastic job over the past couple of years of growing Prairie City. Quite honestly, it's one of the, if not the most dominant club level racing in our region, and it borderlines, in my opinion, it borderlines regional racing. What I mean by that, Andy and I had this conversation last week, and what I mean by it borderlines regional racing, to me, this is my definition. This isn't official. It's not on Wikipedia on how to categorize it, but to me, I determine if a racing event is club, regional, or national based on the level of competition that shows up. And so Prairie City could very easily be discussed as a regional series, because even though it's a club event, it's very family oriented. It's very fun. Donald does a great job of trying to balance having fun, making it recreational, but bringing in the seriousness of karting, right? It's a very fine balance. He's done a great job with it. But the drivers that show up to Prairie City in their respected classes can go into any region and be very competitive. So that's why I would call it a regional. Sonoma, Rock Sonoma, they're a little bit different. They are promoting themselves as a club series, and by all definitions, they're a club series. But when you have teams like GFC Karting, Ron White Racing, Illuminos, you have the Karting Collective. I finally got Nick's company right, because I always just say Nick LeDuc, but it's the Karting Collective. You have Speed Sense. There's a group of them that show up to Sonoma, and a lot of those teams, when they go to the nationals, are on the podium. So Rock Sonoma, to me, yes, it's a club series, but when you have national level teams and national level drivers coming to that event on a regular basis, it makes it very difficult to say, well, is it club? Is it regional? Is it national? So back to what I was talking about. Let's see. Okay, I see your comment, Frank, so I will address that. I obviously have some old dates, but I'm waiting to clarify a schedule from Donald. But so getting back to the Sprint Kart series, why I'm excited about this is, to me, this looks like a true regional racing program. You have Prairie City, which has a very, very competitive club arena. A lot of the drivers at Prairie City are going to do extremely well at regionals or nationals. So having Prairie City on there makes sense. Plus, it's Donald's track. He's promoting it. My attitude is, if you want to race closer to home, then go promote a race and tell Norcal Karters about it. So that's what Donald's doing. He's promoting an event. He's promoting a whole series. And one of those races is going to be at his track. So, but you have Buttonwillow, you have Medford, you have Santa Maria, and I apparently have an outdated schedule here. Frank's chiming in, says there's a race on September 15th through the 17th in Corning, which will be a temporary track. Speed Sense was part of that last year, trying to see how a temporary track would work in Corning. So September 15th to 17th will be a temporary track in Corning. But I'm excited about this because it's part of NorCal. I mean, you have, again, Prairie City's right in the heart of Norcal Karters. Buttonwillow's a couple hour drive south. Medford's more than a couple hours north. And then Santa Maria is about 4 hours from Sacramento, maybe 5 hours from Sacramento. So it's a true regional event series. And my hope is, excuse me, dry throat. I'm talking way too much. My hope is the regional stuff is able to get a lot of support from the clubs. And I do understand we need to grow clubs to get them big enough to actually export the better drivers and the top drivers to the regional stuff. But I'm happy to see a schedule that is promoting itself as a regional and is hitting the outlier tracks to help bring racers to these outlier tracks. So I'm looking forward to that. And yeah, how do we get started on that? Regional racing. We were talking about schedules. Oh, because Gear Nuts was asked about a KPX calendar. So again, Gear Nuts, from my understanding, in lieu of KPX, there will be the Sprint Kart Series. And you can contact Donald Durbin about more information on the Sprint Kart Series. Because as you can see here, I have an outdated graphic, a very high-tech graphic. But the classes that we will be running, I'm not a part of it, that Donald will be running will be Junior 1 206, Junior 2 206, Senior 206, KA 100 Junior, Master 206, KA 100 Senior, Legends 206, and 125 Shifter Open. So it looks like it's going to be a good mix of the popular 4-stroke and 2-stroke offerings that we have here in Northern California. So anybody else have anything else to add? Chime into the chat line. Give me 1 second here. And if that's going to be it, I'm going to wrap up the show. So once again, thank you for joining tonight. And all the events as they come out, I will get them on norcalkarters.com. So again, we have the kart tracks link there. That's just Northern California. Well, Central California, Reno, Southern Oregon. But look at all those blue dots. I mean, that has to put a smile on your face. So if someone's asking about events, send them to norcalkarters.com. Click on the calendar link. And the website is also optimized for your mobile. That'll be my next project, I guess. Maybe one day, figure out how to make a mobile view. So people that are on their mobile, 51% of you, can see how it looks on my screen. But as you know, I'm on a PC. So as we have news and events coming up, I will get the news updated. That's on the homepage. Again, you can go to the calendar. As we update the events coming up, the calendar will get updated. And then for those of you that have not been on Norcal Karters, there's multiple views you can kind of mess around with, whatever works for you. You can go into a list mode. Swap meet, February 11th at Blue Max Kart Club. You can go into month. Then you can also click on the map. So as more items get added to the calendar and to the website, when you click on the map view, it'll show you the events happening near your area. So by the end of February, this is going to be pretty blued out. There's going to be a lot of events that are happening. And again, if I'm missing your event, reach out to me, norcalkarters@gmail.com. Send me a list of your events and we will get them on the calendar for 2023. If you want additional promotion for your events, just let me know. For most clubs, the cost to advertise for a year is about the same cost as a membership that you're selling to your members. So you kind of owe it to the members to promote your club if you're hosting events. If you don't want to grow the numbers, then my little sales pitch doesn't really even matter, does it? But it's about the cost of a membership to promote your club for the year. If you're a private business and you want to help one of your local clubs get more attention, we can also do a sponsored listing for you. So the sponsored listing, that basically would be you're sponsoring a local club. And when people click on that local club events, at the very top of their description, let's give you, I don't have one yet, but let's see, we'll go to Challenge of Americas. So in the description field, it would say, these events are brought to you by XYZ Corporation, and a link to your website or a contact number or to your social media channels. Each one of us has different value in advertising online. So you just need to tell me where you want it pointed, and we can do that. And two things to wrap up the show. YouTube. We are looking for 1,000 subscribers. So that will help us unlock some features. It will also make mobile broadcasting and mobile features a lot easier and a lot more immersive for the viewers. So that's kind of my big push, is the 1,000 subscribers, because from a mobile standpoint, it does unlock some more options for Norcal Karters. And yeah, so 1,000 subscribers. And I can't forget sponsors, Gorilla Barbecue. So Rich Bakke, Gorilla Barbecue. He has a barbecue shop out in Pacifica, California. He sponsored Norcal Karters for the past couple of years. And so with his last check in his sponsorship, I was able to turn off those annoying ads on our Spreaker podcast. So I disabled the ads because Rich from Gorilla Barbecue sent us a check. And so now, instead of hearing some weird ads that are, honestly, they're targeted to you based on your browsing settings. But yeah, so I turned them off. And so now we give a plug out to Gorilla Barbecue. So good barbecue out there in Pacifica. They're open on the weekends only. And when they run out of meat, they're closed. So isn't that a great business model? It's like you just cook long enough to, it's like, all right, we're doing good. We ran out, we're closed. That's a great business model. So thank you, Rich. I do appreciate your support. We also have Illuminos. Rob Soros at Illuminos has been a sponsor with us for about a year now. And then also extrakartparts.com. That's my other business. That's actually my real business. I buy and sell carts and parts. And that's where I actually generate a check. So extrakartparts.com. So inadvertently, if you buy anything from extrakartparts.com, at some point that money funnels down to Norcal Karters as well to help promote karting and keep the sport growing. And with that being said, thank you for tuning in, Walter. I see your comment there. Thank you, Walter. I'm working on it. The shows are getting better, and we just need to get one person in the sport. And with that being said, if we all just bring one person to our sport, we'll double by next year.